called when my phone was on the charger. I'm gonna hit him back a little later. Whew. The NBA Finals. Yeah, the finals, buddy. Who's excited? What's up, Mr. Tall? Touch 'em all. The games have been boring. Well, the thing is just it's no big storyline. You actually have to be focused on the game of basketball. It's actually been an entertaining game as far as the actual skill of the game and how the strategies are being played. This game has been basically coaching. But because of all the things that's been happening with the outside interference, which really pissed off the offices of the NBA, they were mad at ESPN for how they handled the Maria Taylor and Rachel situation. And the two offices have been going back and forth. A lot of people may be fired after the end of the, you know, contracts and stuff. A lot of people are being removed at ESPN. So a lot of more people in the executive office reshuffling as more and more people are leaving. Heads have already rolled. It's just more heads is going to be rolling now. And what they were trying to do is because they have contracts, they basically are putting them in smaller roles, offering people pay cuts because they have lost a lot of money. A lot of people are not watching ESPN like they used to because they have other options now. They're realizing they're not number one in sports anywhere. Right, maybe some places, but definitely not now. Now, the actual gameplay has been entertaining. Let's go to game one. I have not covered it because HD had covered it. I think I did maybe game one and that was it. But let's cover it. Game one. Let me see. Game one. Oh yeah, I remember game one. Game one was actually a decent game, except for Chris Middleton showed why he is Chris Middleton. And you don't trust him in these type of situations. He was god awful. Holiday was god awful. I think they was like a deer in headlights. Pun intended. Fear the deer? No, the deer was in headlights in game one. They were caught into the moment and they had no one to get them under control during that game. Giannis wasn't 100% at all and was just basically there as trying to be a decoy as his knee was good enough to play, but not to be the explosive Giannis we've all seen and known. But it was a good game by him, decent for what he was able to provide with 32 minutes. But they lost the game on the boards. They were getting crushed on the boards. Bridges was having a good game. Ayton was having a good game. And Holiday seems to have done no scouting report on Chris Paul his entire career, I guess. But then again, he's never really faced Chris Paul that many times, being on the East Coast and Paul being on the West. So very inconsistent. But it's the defensively they're losing the battle because they're not guarding the three. Phoenix is known for shooting the three. If you don't guard the three, you're going to be in trouble. So it's the guarding the three on defense and rebounding. If you do that, Milwaukee can win this series. But they haven't done that. In the first game one, they got steamrolled. They actually played a decent game to get back in it. but Giannis couldn't be Giannis down the stretch. Game 2, they were annihilated. On every aspect of the game, rebounding, Bridges was dominating them. It was just a fest of guys taking their feet. Giannis was a one-man show. He was in there battling everybody. He put up a 40-burger in game 2, but it was for naught because it was too many other guys on the other side of the ball, and no one seemed to know how to guard Chris Paul down the stretch. Holiday was god-awful again, and that game was over when it started. So being down 0-2, they come to Milwaukee. And this is where it's going to get crazy. In game 3, the refs did everything possible. They might as well put on Bucks jerseys. I mean, seriously, they should have just put on some Milwaukee Bucks shirts and said, all right, let's ref these games. My goodness, they were terrible. From the start of that game to the end of that game, they were not going to let the Bucks lose game 3, no matter what. Now, the Bucks was doing well on their own, but my God, did they have help. When Aiden got those fouls early, I knew what time it was. I couldn't put more money on it. I'm like, is it possible I can put more money on this bet? They are not going to win this game. They are done. Oh, it was so many ridiculous calls. Calls on Chris Paul. It was foul calls on Aiden. He couldn't establish position. Plus, finally, I don't know why they hadn't before, Bobby Portis was unleashed. Let Bobby Portis get in there and work. He's a workhorse. Bobby Portis is going to give you everything in his human powers that he have in his body. Let the man work. Bobby Portis was out there like a man possessed. The crowd was losing their minds. Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. Bobby Portis is the man who spilled the drink on me at the damn casino, splashing in strawberry daiquiri on me because he can't handle his liquor and gamble at the same time, causing everybody on the table to lose damn money. I'm like, look, man, if you don't know what you're doing here at this roulette table, you're going to cost everybody. Sure enough, he rolls a 7 right after spilling a damn daiquiri. But he was a great player for the Bulls. He was hard-nosed, going to give you everything he got. He just wasn't in the right system. This is the right system for him, where he's not the focal point of the team. You got somebody who's a bona fide superstar. Nobody's thinking about Bobby Portis. You could be the guy to lead the second unit all the way back to a championship. It was his work on the glass that got him that lead. But in Milwaukee Bucks fashion, they lost it. Why? Because they weren't taking Giannis off the dribble. And I don't know why people don't do that. I know he got the wingspan, but you want to keep Giannis moving. You want to keep Giannis working. If he's putting all that effort on the offensive end, you want him to expend that same amount of energy on the defensive end. Now, I remember seeing Giannis, man, he did a lot of different things at the time. But I remember seeing Giannis, and he was not this comfortable, he wasn't this sound. Putting together a drive or something comfortable at all. I've watched Giannis grow from one type of player to another. I watched him grow from a player that can only do one thing to a player that's trying and working on his game to expand it, and y'all hate on him for it. Y'all hate this man for doing that and praise LeBron for being the same bum he's always been. That's why I'm saying people are so backwards. Him scoring 40 works in the Suns' favor. To a degree. He scored 40 the last game. It's not about how much Giannis scores. It's about what the other's going to give you. Middleton finally plays. He only plays at home. But you also got some support from not just Middleton, but Holiday finally showed up. Whenever he has those off games, he's on Holiday. Hello. No, he's not like Michael Redd. Not like Michael Redd. Don't forget to hit the like button. Stack is hating on hating. Oh, you know that. If it wasn't hating, it would be him. The sponsors want game 6. Well, they might have to get it. They want me to take my car in. They got a recall on something. Recall ain't nothing but a trap to get you in there. That recall is a trap to get you in there. So they can get you another car. Damn it, I just took my towel out of here. Oh, there it is. But that's all it is a trap. Yeah, you ever notice at the dealership, you think they finna go in there and talk about your car and the recall? You think that's what they got you in there for? They're in the selling car business. They don't want to fix your car. They want to fix you with a new car. Got quite a few miles on it. How's it run? You ever see this 2025 we got coming out? Absolutely, that's their job. That is their job. Oh man, the Bucks. That's what I'm saying. She said, that's why I come with Daddy. Oh, Daddy ain't gonna play that. Daddy gonna have you coming out there. Nope, we don't need that. Nah. It's always kind of cold out here. So, yeah, as long as it got heat, you don't need that much air conditioning. Nah, take that out. It don't work that way. It comes with it. Nah, well, y'all gonna have to do something about that price. Nah, what's this little thing that go up and down? Nah, you don't need that. Use the hand. We don't want no power windows. Now, let's say you drive in the ocean. Power go out. You can't let that window down, can you? Now you're drowning in the ocean. But if you got the one that roll all the way down, you can roll that baby down and get out the car and swim out. See, I'm thinking about your safety. Yeah, cut that price. Scoochie, he's alive. Scoochie's alive. Ladies and gentlemen, Scoochie is alive. Yeah, Gabe was just asking me about what movie he was in. I'm always walking around the house. Yeah, I'm always getting ready to get up and leave. What was I just doing before I made this video? A lot of things, but mainly I was watching Dana White cry. Look at the look on his face. I done lost Connor again. I thought Connor could at least get a win. Now I've lost him for a whole year. And now I gotta put Dustin Poirier in a fight. My big old dumb head. I gotta act like this is not a bad thing. Look at his face. He can't even lie about it. He looks so stupid. That's what you get. Chrome dome. Yeah, well. Of course he wants the money that he's going to make in. You think Dana White cares about anything other than? Absolutely. He said people are just now realizing Connor is a bum. I mean, Dana's trying to doing another fight with him. Well, the fight's not finished. You know, Connor just broke his ankle. Fight's not finished. Dog, if you find anybody to bet on Conor McGregor and another fight with Dustin Poirier, let me know. I don't watch ESPN, but did the gym come on today? Today is Tuesday, right? Did the, Did, 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 But this isn't his regular time it comes on. So the jump has been moved because Jason and Jacoby took their time spot. You said what? He called me out by name. What are you talking about? Well, here's the thing. Rachel has a lot of powerful connections within ESPN, which means LeBron James people. But she's under contract. So if they lose Maria and keep her, the brothers ain't going to be too happy. What they're hoping is that all of this goes away. That's what the league wants. Come on, dude. Yeah, I gotta drive Southside style out here for y'all. Oh, Greg Anthony? Oh, yeah, of course he gonna simp for Becky. Now, the thing about Becky Hammond is she can coach. That's the thing about Becky. Becky Hammond can actually coach. You want to know what Becky's problem is? Becky's Hammond problem is Becky Hammond. She has a lot of testosterone where there should be some estrogen. And in the wrong areas, a lot of people have heard a lot of bad stuff about her within their own San Antonio Spurs organization. But nobody wants to mention that. They were like, well, our process didn't come down to we didn't want to hire a woman. A lot of people in her own organization was like, she ain't the nicest person. If you think of Becky as a woman, you've already messed up. She's the B word. But she can coach. I really have no problem with Becky Hammond being a coach in this league. She knows the game. Like, she can coach. Now, I've seen a lot of guys saying, man, I don't think there should be women coaches in the NBA. But they're man coaches and male coaches in women's sports. If that's the case, then just get all the males out of women basketball then. You know, Bill Laimbeer coached the Detroit Shock to NBA championship. But they wouldn't let Bill Laimbeer coach an NBA basketball team. He was an assistant for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's what I said, 2 championships. The refs took Booker out of game 3 was already decided. And they basically just got out hustled. Once those fouls came, they complained and they quit. What's up? KB, Kwame Brown. Well, see, that's the thing. And you know they called Stephen A. Smith again. They didn't call him again. Them Nigerians then got on his butt. Yep. First he was talking about the Japanese players, and he apologized. But he has yet to apologize to Nigeria. You see the Nigerians, what they said? This is a new low, even for you, Stephen A. Smith. Oh, he just apologized to Nigeria? Yeah, he had no choice. I ain't see him do the apology because I saw it when it first hit. So I ain't hear the apology come in yet. So if he apologized already, then I missed it. Oh, he did it this morning? Yeah, okay. He lucky he did it before my video came out, but he know the pressure he under. He under pressure now. He can't do that. He can't do that buffoonery no more. But what the Nigerians tell him is not that you clowning people, Stephen A., because all these people like, man, I'm in sports media, and I like what Kwame's saying, man, but you know, man, we just be having fun sometimes, man. It's not like you can't have fun. Nobody's saying that. Y'all know when things are going way too far. From when somebody is like, okay, it was cool, it was funny, and somebody just running it into the ground. But it's the thing of what they were trying to say to Nigerians is that in the statement, you've made zero basketball analysis. In your whole statement, as you continuously slandered them and act as if they were nobodies. Treated them like and talked about them like they were nothing. You gave zero basketball analysis. To be a journalist, you gave zero basketball analysis. That's what insulted the Nigerians. Because he's been getting away with doing all that for what, years? He's getting $12 million a year, supposedly, for doing just that. People done caught on to his game now. They were like, man, he just did a whole bunch of talking about nothing. He just ranting, but he's not giving you any analysis of what went on or anything. He's just telling you out of his mouth, just talking. And just basically condemning without any analysis. What were they doing wrong? What was the United States doing wrong? I gave you an analysis in 2-3 minutes of what the United States was doing wrong and what Nigeria was doing right. You couldn't do that. And I mean, you could do that from just watching the game. You could see how the game was going. I told you, the game has changed. Everybody is playing their style of basketball. Ujiri has got all of these guys. They're training with NBA talent, but they're playing European best style of basketball. They were physical on the inside. They were very explosive to everybody. They challenged everything going towards the rim. They moved the ball. They knew how to get open shots. The United States depended on not too much rebounding, three-point shooting. They didn't move the ball stuck. And they went to ISO basketball. I knew Australia would give them a hard time before they even played the game. I didn't know Australia would win, but I knew Australia would give them a hard time. Australia's been very good for a long time. You think about Patty Mills on the team. You got Patty Mills, you got Joe Ingles, and you got Matthew Dellavedova. They've always been tough for the United States. Those three NBA players right there that showed you that they're good enough to play in the league. They've changed this game to be more international friendly by changing the style of play of the game to be more European. Because if this was played like they played in the 90s, it would be harder for the European players to succeed and be successful in this style of play that they played in the 90s. Guarding people 94 feet. Trapping the ball at half court. They're not used to that kind of defense. And when they was introduced to that in the Dream Team, that's why you saw 30 and 40-point blowouts. Plus, international FIBA, which is called, is different from NBA. Most of these guys never played international basketball. So therefore, they're used to the referees bailing them out when they pump fake for threes and the guy bump into them a little bit. FIBA lets that go. They look at that as a soft punk foul. The refs are not, you're playing for fouls. That's not going to help you. Not in this situation. You're going to actually have to prove it. Well, see, that's the thing. Most of these West Africans are learning to play basketball. I told you that. They have camps set up where Mazai Ujiri will go over there and actually teach these kids the game of basketball. He spends all of his time doing it because he's saving villages of his people. You know, I told you, they're in war-stricken areas over there in Africa where he's going and teaching these kids. He brought Siakam back so they can play basketball with him. He's making a change and a difference in a lot of these players' lives. And a lot of these players now, you're going to start to see more basketball camps in Africa, as you're starting to see. Used to be OG. I used to call him OG ain't nobody. OG out there getting it done. Start looking at these African players that's coming in there. They took over the UFC. Why? Different mental focus. Because what we take for granted, they would kill for. These kids got to walk 8, 10, 12 miles just to go to a school. Scola is always going to be a good player. They know the style of play. Plus, you got to look at the players you have on the United States team. First, they're not at full strength, too. But you have no leader on the floor at no time. Dame Lillard and Kevin Durant are not leaders. They're not vocal leaders. Let me put it that way. They're more leaders by example. And what they're able to do individually does not translate over to the other players. Their style of play, night and day, you got a bunch of guys that play on the ball. And when they don't have the ball in their hands, they have a tendency to stand around. And this is what I was discussing beforehand. And when you play teams like Australia, those guys move the ball around and they can shoot. Those Australians can shoot. European guys can shoot. Don't just because you don't know their names. And the guy might look like he's the block for the fullback and he can shoot. Everybody on the team can shoot the basketball pretty much. In the European leagues, you will be surprised. Okay? Not a lot of breakaway, slam dunk, and over people in the European leagues. They're more jump shots. So shooting was their number one thing. Well, their focus was, we're going to let someone else beat us, not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's not playing at full strength because it's exhibition. You know, like they're not going to go all of this. Doesn't determine wins and losses of the season. But Nigeria was trying to prove a point. And Australia was trying to do the same. You know, they were just trying to compete. And really, that game was over early for Australia. They were just like, oh, they can't beat us. They were working hard to try to get back in the game, but Australia was defensively, they're not in sync at all. They're not guarding three well, and guys are not rotating over defensively. They're thinking, okay, you guys score, I score, and we can just, you know, go from there. You score, I score. I would love to see where everybody would end up when it's all said and done. Like as far as the players and the NBA players is concerned. Like when it really gets going in Tokyo and everything's on the line, I would really want to see where they measure up. Because there's a lot of guys yesterday stopping and staring at the ref. That don't work in FIBA. And you better get that all out your system in these exhibition games, because I'm quite sure people are going to tell you these international refs don't give a damn about what you did in the NBA. You thought corruption was something. You better hit your shots. Worry about putting that ball in the basket, because if you looking for a call, you're going to be staring at the ref all you want. He's going to be like, he can't understand English anyway. So he ain't going to care what you got to think about it or say. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Stephen A. won't give you that. But now, since Kwame didn't put that pressure on him and put that camel clutch on him, now you see what time it is. I can't wait till they do top 75. They might just go 50 to 100. Because they're not gonna rank the players, because they're just saying these are the top 50 that's in the league. Now they could do another top 50 in the NBA and say we're doing a top 100, so that the people that's already in top 50, they never lose their spot. But when they did that list, that was the dumbest thing I had seen at its time. Because Scottie Pippen, they did that list in what, 95? I don't even think it was 95. I think it was earlier than that. I want to say they did that list in like 94 or something. The NBA at 50. Okay, in 96. In 1996, Scottie Pippen had only really been in the league playing well for like 5 years. And for him to be top 50 already in 5 years, and you would put him over Joe Dumars, that was insulting to me. Dennis Rodman wasn't top 50, and you put Scottie Pippen over Dennis? That was insulting to me. And when Wilt Chamberlain said, Dennis Rodman, where's he at? Why is he not here? That don't make any sense. The guy's averaging 24 rebounds a game and shutting down the best defender on the other team. Why he not here? That made the most sense, and that was something that they never expected Wilt to say. Scottie Pippen was way better than Joe Dumars? Boy. I guess just because somebody don't talk, you don't know what they did. Not only was he better than him in college, he was better than him as the pro. He was MVP of the NBA Finals. And Hall of Fame backcourt, ladies and gentlemen. Can you name another? Name another NBA backcourt that was drafted. Please tell me. Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars are a Hall of Fame backcourt. Uh-oh, Captain Jack is in here. And both guards won MVP of the NBA Finals. Two little men. See, when the NBA was played back then, the game was about the centers. The centers were always the stars of the team. They were the leaders. Because the game was about them. They didn't give a damn about guards. Guards, forwards, nobody. It was always about the center. The center was the main focal piece of the team. He was the engine. Isaiah, Magic, those guys, Birds, and all, they became and elevated the game to the point where it took all the attention away from the centers. They were moving away from the centers. It was a big man league. Isaiah and all these guys was doing so many magical things with the basketball that they were like, forget the big guy. It's about them guards. Until Grant Hill came along, right? Oh, Captain Jack won his rematch with Fingers. You might have a shot now, Jack. You ain't drinking and smoking no more. Might be an even fight now. Oh, you know LeBron ain't on my top 50 list. He's not even top 50 right now. Oh yeah, G Hill was way better than Scotty. Thank you. Dominique Wilkins, the most disrespected player in the NBA. How do you put Scottie Pippen over Dominique Wilkins? Scottie Pippen has never led a team nowhere. That 94 season that they keep crediting him, he had Horace Grant, he had all those players with him, and he quit on the team. The very next year, they barely made the playoffs. Michael Jordan had to come back to get that team in the playoffs. They were going to miss the playoffs. They were about to fall out of playoff contention. And they were finna trade Scottie Pippen the very next year. So where was he a leader at? Dominique led the Atlanta Hawks. You knew what Dominique was getting ready to do the whole time. You knew. And you couldn't stop it. Imagine knowing what a player is going to do and you still can't stop it. You will never see a game where Michael Jordan went off against Dominique and the Hawks, and Dominique won right there with him. The Hawks gonna lose, but Dominique gonna have about 30 or 40, right along with Mike. He was never gonna be second fiddle to Michael Jordan. He wasn't gonna let it be. And this is a guy who's a franchise type player. And you gonna put him up against a 20-point role player like Scotty? That just shows you the power of Michael Jordan. He can change and warp the realities of what you believe. He was so good, they had to have his tag team buddies go in with him. He wouldn't have won if it wasn't for Scotty. Well, hell, he wouldn't have won if it wasn't for Bill Cartwright then. He choked in Portland when all he had to do was run the point and be the leader of the team That's all he had to do. You had all the talent in the world, could not control it. Because he's not built to be a leader. You give Michael Jordan a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter, you lost. You lost, ladies and gentlemen.
Cover someone line. My name is Becky. What can I get fresh for you today?
I would like a codfish dinner, 2-piece.
A two-piece cod dinner.
Yep.
Fries and coleslaw okay for the sides?
No, I'll take broccoli, and I'll take broccoli in the fries.
Broccoli and fries?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a small chocolate shake too.
Yeah, of course. Can I get you anything else?
Oh no, that'll be all.
Any ketchup for your fries?
Yes, you can put some ketchup in there.
Some ketchup, of course. It's going to be $16.07.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Sean Kemp over Scottie Pippen? I mean, here's the thing. Sean Kemp was a franchise player.
It's going to be $16.07.
1607, okay. There you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
And then one moment for the shake.
All right.
All right. Can I get you anything else today? Here's the shake for you.
This the small?
Yeah, that's the small size.
It's like a sample size. Oh, wow. I would have got a bigger one then.
Oh, sorry about that. And then if you can pull into the parking lot up front, we'll get it right out for you.
All right, cool. Look at this. This is small. Look how little that is. That is small. This is the short stubby. They charge me kid meal prices. This stuff expensive. You see, you got to go sit to the side. See, you got to order stuff that they got to go actually cook. I got to pull off to the side while they cook it. That's the kind of food I want. I don't want to get there and they got my food sitting around already. We spoke about DMX album and Banks album in a live stream. Dominique played with Moses Malone. I'm trying to think, when did he play with Moses Malone? That must have been at the end of Moses' career. Moses played in Philly. Oh, Gwen must not know that by the time Dominique was at the Clippers, he had already spent like 15 years in Atlanta. What is he talking about? Doc Rivers? You forgot Spud Webb was his point guard before Doc. Doc was the 2 guard. Spud Webb was the point guard. Now, Spud could dunk and do all those things to be 5 foot something, but Spud Webb is not going to lead you to a championship. Dominique was wishing he had a guard like Isaiah Thomas. He's like, I wish If you talking about point guards to play with, I wish I had him. Dominique is gonna go right no matter where he's on. He's always going right. He's gonna go right all night long, and you can't stop it. The problem with Spud Webb was his knees. All that high flying and dunking and that God-given ability, but he couldn't continuously do that and play at a high level. Eventually his knees will give out, and then he's done. Now, thank you. My mom would have cussed that kid out. He saw me as a black man and went straight to the white guy. Thought that it was the white guy food. And then he brought it to me after the white guy told him, "No, that's not mine. What you got ordered, the Baconator." See, if he'd have done his job, he would have saw that the number is stuck on the window. So if you're doing your job, you're supposed to go by the number that's on the bag and match the bag to the number. But he just said, "I'm gonna make a decision. I'm gonna take an educated guess." And he went right up to the white guy in his car. "Did you have the codfish dinner?" "No, wasn't me." Then came up to my car. "Codfish dinner?" "Yeah." My guy was supposed to say, "Oh, give me the pork butt. And pig feet. Do you got some collard greens and chitlins to go with it?" Yeah, my mom would have been still cussing him out right now. I bet if it was a double cheeseburger and fries and onion rings on it, you gonna rush that right on over to my car. "You ordered this?" "No, fool, I didn't." See, look at that. We stereotype even with food. So my prediction for game 4 is this: Bucks will win by 3. It's gonna be a closer game than before. The Bucks will end up winning by 3. It's gonna be an exciting game. I think you're gonna see a lot of Bobby Portis on them boards. Aiden's gonna again be in foul trouble, and let's see what happens.